All right, today we're diving deep into the heart of our factories. We're going to look at a revolution that promises to end something we all hate: waiting. This is all about smart manufacturing. Seriously, just think about it for a second. That feeling of waiting in line, sitting in traffic, tapping your foot waiting for a package. It's the worst, right? Well, what if I told you that simple, everyday frustration is actually a massive, multi-trillion-dollar problem for the entire global economy? Because right now, inside the most advanced factories on the planet, an incredible transformation is happening to get rid of waiting forever. And look, this isn't just about cranking things out faster. This is about completely changing how our world gets built. Okay, so let's get into it. So, to really get what's going on, we have to look at these, let's call them hidden lines inside every factory. And we need to understand the science that's being used to untangle them. Okay, it all starts with this thing called queuing theory. Now I know that sounds super academic, right? But the idea behind it is actually really simple. It's literally the science of waiting. It's all about using math to figure out why things get stuck in bottlenecks. And, this is the important part, how to get rid of them. And this applies to everything, from the security line at the airport to the assembly line making your next car. And that idea leads us right into smart manufacturing. Think of this as queuing theory on steroids. We're talking about factories that are practically alive with data. They're using AI and automation to build systems that can actually think, predict what's coming next, and adapt all by themselves. And the ultimate goal? A perfectly smooth, synchronized flow where nothing and no one has to wait. And listen, this isn't some far-off science fiction dream. It is happening right now, today, in some of the most demanding industries you can imagine. So let's take a look at how this is actually playing out in the real world. So here's the real game changer. The old way of doing things, it was all reactive. A machine breaks, you fix it. A workflow gets clogged, you try to unclog it. Super inefficient, lots of room for error. But the smart factory, it's completely different. It's predictive. It sees problems coming before they even happen, it optimizes workflows on the fly, and it cuts down waste to almost nothing. I mean, it's a total paradigm shift. And the results? They're honestly staggering. You look at the auto industry, where high-precision automation means way fewer faulty parts and, you guessed it, lower costs. Then you've got semiconductors, the tiny brains in all our electronics. Here, AI can spot defects so small a human would never ever see them, which massively boosts how many good chips they get. And in 3D printing, it's opening the door for true mass customization while barely wasting any material. It's just win-win-win. But you've got to understand, this isn't just about speed, it's about being better. I'm talking about quality. Research is showing that this level of automation lets us analyze things right down to the molecular level. We can create car parts with unbelievable hardness and durability. We are literally entering a new age of material quality. Okay, but all this talk about automation and AI, it naturally brings up a really big, really important question. Where do people fit into all of this? I mean, that's the question on everyone's mind, right? If the factories can think for themselves, are the robots just going to take over all the jobs? Is there even a place for us anymore? Well, what's interesting is that the research points to a totally different future. The goal here isn't to replace people. It's all about collaboration. The term experts are using is human automation symbiosis. Sounds fancy, but it just means creating systems where people and machines work together, and each one does what it does best. So what's happening is that the human role is changing. It's evolving. We're moving away from doing the same repetitive task over and over and becoming the strategists, the big picture thinkers. People are now the ones overseeing these incredibly complex systems. They're the ones making sense of the insights the AI gives them. And they're focused on the kind of creative problem solving that, honestly, machines just can't do. It's the classic work smarter, not harder, but for real this time. And get this whole revolution is already moving into its next phase, and it's being driven by a super powerful mix of new technologies all coming together at once. You can really break it down into 3 key pillars that are driving this next wave. First up, you have the deep integration of AI with the Internet of Things, the IoT, which basically connects every single machine. Then there's this huge push for sustainability and green manufacturing. And finally, you have the incredible power of cloud computing that ties all that data together. Okay, let's take predictive maintenance as a perfect example. By using AI to constantly analyze data from all these sensors, a factory can predict when a machine is about to break down before it actually does. And the result of that? A massive drop in expensive downtime, which, if you think about it, is maybe the biggest and costliest form of waiting there is in a factory. And what's really cool is that the same efficiency has this huge environmental bonus. A smart factory that's designed to eliminate waste and optimize every single step is, by definition, a green factory. In fact, studies are showing that these exact technologies are helping manufacturers switch to low-carbon energy and seriously cut their emissions. So how does it all work? Well, the cloud is basically the central brain for the whole operation. You have all these IoT sensors on the factory floor collecting just tons and tons of data. That data gets beamed up to the cloud, where these incredibly powerful AI models crunch through it all, looking for patterns. Then, the insights from that analysis get sent right back down to the factory floor to make real-time adjustments. It's like this constant, self-improving feedback loop. So, where does all this go from here? Well, we're standing right on the edge of another massive leap forward. One that could make even today's smartest factories look like ancient history. If you think about it, we've had these huge industrial revolutions before. First, there was steam and mechanization. Then came electricity and mass production. Then computers and basic automation. Right now, we're living through the fourth revolution, which is all about data and these cyber-physical systems. But what's on the horizon? It's something else entirely. We're talking about a future shaped by quantum computing and systems that truly optimize themselves. And the potential here is, well, it's pretty mind-bending. Quantum computers are on track to solve problems that are so complex, they are literally impossible for even the most powerful supercomputers we have today. I'm talking about things like perfectly optimizing an entire global supply chain in an instant, or scheduling every nut, bolt, and wire in a massive factory with zero waste. This is the ultimate end of waiting. And that leaves us with one last big idea to chew on. The whole point of a smart factory is to see the future, to predict when a machine will fail, to anticipate customer demand, to smooth out every single workflow before it even happens. So the real question isn't just about how we'll build things in the future, it's when our factories can actually predict the future. What on earth will they build next?